Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I want to start out today by talking about one of my biggest literary influences, and that is I'm just kidding. It's Bloodborne. So Bloodborne is a video game, and side note, anyone who says that your biggest literary influences all have to be books is either a 90s college professor or just a idiot. So in Bloodborne, you play as a hunter who arrives in a strange land that you've never been to before that is being overcome by some weird plague that's turning men into beasts. And as a hunter, it's your job to kind of figure out what's going on and how this strange blood plague is turning all of these people into animals, essentially, and it kind of traces these weird cosmic origins of humanity. It goes to some strange places. The story of Bloodborne is enough to ramble on about for hours, and in fact plenty of people have already done so. But what's so great about Bloodborne isn't the story itself, but how it's told. The story of Bloodborne isn't what you're seeing. For the most part, Bloodborne has already happened by the time you get there. Really, you as a character only arrive at the end of the story. As opposed to more traditional story structures where you're introduced to your character and then you follow them on a journey of self-discovery or whatever. With Bloodborne, you almost get the feeling that you aren't supposed to be seeing what you're seeing. Like you've stepped into the middle of someone else's story and you're just accidentally stumbling onto details and piecing it together as you go. The other beautiful thing about it that I haven't exactly figured out how to replicate within fiction yet, there's so much of the story that you can just completely miss. I mean, there are entire boss fights, whole optional areas that are key to the understanding of the story that you just kind of have to stumble upon. I mean, in the main story, only 7 out of 17 bosses are actually mandatory to fight. If you want to, you can just breeze through the whole thing in a night, not understand a single thing, and decide that you're done. But the beauty of the way that Bloodborne tells its story is it's a game that rewards the reader's curiosity. See, there are areas that you need in order to discover what's going on. There are bosses you need to seek out. There are notes that you can find, and each one of these things adds a depth of understanding to the overall story. That's all fine and good in a video game because you have autonomous control over the main character. You put your thumbs on the joysticks and you can make them walk to any area of the world, no matter where it is. But what about in fiction? I mean, we as a reader, we're beholden to what the author chooses to show us. The writing equivalent of having control over the main character is what the narrator explains. Now, this only really works in third person, but stay with me. So, things can be noticed by the narrator and even by the main character, but their significance never explained, so that at the end of the story, the reader is essentially left with a pile of clues with little to no connective tissue. Then it's up to the reader to put the pieces together. As a writer, your only job is to make sure that all the pieces are there. Now, this can be really nerve-wracking because we want to be able to control the reader's experience of our work, but you need to trust them to make their own discoveries because at the end of the day, they will only get out of it what they want to, not what you want them to. This has been Left to Right. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.